Hi loves, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, and to you my returning subscribers, thank you so much for stopping by. So this is the skirt pattern that I promised you earlier. Today we'll be learning how to draft a pencil skirt, an updated version of drafting a pencil skirt. The lines I have here is my waist to my hip, my waist to my knee, and of course waist to the length of the skirt. And for you to get the skirt block, okay, that is the pattern block, you should go ahead and divide your hip circumference by 4. First of all, you have to divide your hip circumference by 2, then you divide again by 2. That gives you the midpoint of that line. Okay, that is the line in the middle. I hope you get. So that is basically how I got the lines and the block. Okay, you can see that is how I got the block, and over there is the center back, while this is the front pattern. So let us get started. Over here now at the waistline, I'll be marking quarter of the waistline. That is how waistline divided by 4. Okay, go ahead. I believe you saw the measurement I listed on the screen before, so that's the measurement I'll be making use of. Okay, so just go ahead to get your own measurement. So having done that, I will just go ahead and add 2 inches sewing allowance. Okay, I'll add 2 inches sewing allowance. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the hip part. We're not going to work on the hip part because we have already gotten the hip measurement for the block. So I'll just connect like so. So the next thing to do now is to take our dart. Okay, so from there I'll be marking 4 inches. This is half of our nipple to nipple, that's our bust span. 8 inches divided by 2 gave me 4. Then I'll be marking ½ inch on both sides of the dart leg. Okay, the length of the dart will be 5 inches. 5 inches long. Okay, then I'll connect it to the ½ inch on both sides, just like so. So coming to the hip part now, you can see we are not going to work there because we've already gotten what we need there. So the next thing to do now is to tighten our knee by coming in from that midline by 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. You can do 1.5 or 1 inch. I also repeat the same 2 inches at the skirt length. Then I'll connect it like so. After marking it that way, I will go ahead and connect it to the hip part like so. Okay, go ahead to blend. Okay, blend everything up, especially the hip, so that it will not be pointy. So the next thing to do now is to come down from the waistline by ½ inch. Okay, you can do 1 inch, but I used ½ inch here. Then before I wanted to go up by ½ inch, but I later decided not to, because this is just gonna I'll be adding a top an upper bodice to it. So if you're making just a skirt, then you should connect that leg to that ½ inch I went up with, but I decided not to do that because this is gonna be a gown. So before I will connect the line, I'll have to fold in my dart. Okay, then I will connect the line to the side of the waist like so, just the way you see me do. So loves, at this point the front pattern is ready. Now let us draft the back. This is where you have to pay attention. So from the line of the center back, okay, from that line there, I'll be marking 1 inch. If your client has a more enhanced deeper back, you should make use of 1.5 inches there. Okay, that will prevent zipper bulge. Just the way you see me do, just go ahead and connect it to your hip line. Then from that line, mark quarter of your waistline. Okay, from that 1 inch, that center back line before, you can say I cancelled it. We are no longer making use of it. So from the 1 inch I marked quarter of the waistline. Then of course I wanted to replace my dart intake, but I later decided not to. Okay, that is my 2 inches sewing allowance. I later decided not to because it would not be enough for me. So to be on the safer side, I decided to also connect my real waistline at the front to the hip part. I decided not to make use of the 2 inches sewing allowance I added. Okay, this is me showing you guys that I'm no longer connecting the sewing allowance, so that I will know that my 2 pattern has no sewing allowance to it. So I went ahead to connect my real waistline to the hip part. I hope you understand. Then I also do the same thing to the back. Right now, my pattern does not have any sewing allowance. So when I'm transferring to my fashion fabric, I'll just go ahead and add my sewing allowance. So this is me marking 1 inch on both sides of the line. Okay, from the center line I marked 1 inch, from the middle line I marked 1 inch. This is because we used 2 inches to tighten the knee at the front. Okay, so this is me distributing the 2 inches on both sides of the line. Okay, I hope you understand. Please do what to ask your question in the comment section. Okay, ask me your question if you have any. I will answer you. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and connect the lines like so. Okay loves, when I was done connecting the lines, I noticed that the line over there is not really 1 inch. Okay, it was bigger than 1 inch, so I had to correct it, and I'll go ahead and connect it back like so. Okay, don't get confused, it was just a simple mistake that I just got corrected. Okay, so I went ahead to connect it back, and that is it. I took 1 inch on both sides. Okay, then I'll go ahead and connect it to my hip line. So before connecting it to the hip line, I went ahead to take my dart, starting from the center back line. That is the line we cancelled earlier. Note, I'm not taking it from the 1 inch I came in with. I'm taking it from the main center back line. Okay, I took 4 inches. This is me marking the same 4 inches just to get a straight line. Okay, and the length of this dart will be 6 inches for the back. Okay, you can do 4 inches in the front and 5 inches here at the back, but this is actually how I do mine, and it's coming out really nice. So I went ahead to take 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart leg, just like we did in the front, and I connected like so. So I went ahead to connect my lines to my hip part. Okay, I went ahead to connect it just the way you see me do. After connecting this part, I also connect the other parts. Connecting this place, you can actually make use of your curved side ruler. Okay, you can make use of your curvy ruler if you want, but you can see I made use of my straight ruler over there. Okay, then I went ahead to blend, and I went ahead also to label it my side back. It is very, very important. Go ahead and notch it, please. Notch that center back when you are done transferring to your fabric. Okay, so at this point I decided to use a more colorful pen, okay, to mark out my lines so that you guys will be able to see it, so that the lines will be more visible enough. Okay, so that's all I'm doing, and I hope at this point you find this video helpful. Do well to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and please give this video a thumbs up so that the algorithm can push it to others that are in need of it. Share the video with your family and friends, and do well to let me know what you think about this pattern. This is really an updated pattern, and I'm sure you're gonna like the outcome when you try it out. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up for me, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Write anything at all. Let me know what you think. Comment something, at least say thank you if you think this video is really, really helpful to you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. So I believe you saw what I was doing. This is me cutting it out, and everything is just ready. So right here now, you should try to notch this center back. It is really, really important that you notch it, okay, because it will be hard for you to figure out which one is the center back and which is the side back. Right, until we meet again in my next video. Bye.